So, well, he did upload it all. I guess Uncensored America uploaded it today at 12, so they've already been premiering it and stuff. So we're gonna definitely watch like at least an hour of it, then probably react to the rest of it at a later date. But yeah, let's get into it.
Happen, but given the facts and circumstances, he's absolutely justified.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Okay. We go ahead. Did you have a disagreement too?
Yeah.
Okay, disagreement, cool. And then we'll get.
All right. So I disagree that she was intentionally driving into the officer, but that's not what I'm going to discuss right now. I have a question for you.
Oh, you're saying you don't think she intentionally was trying to drive?
Yeah, but I don't want to talk.
But that's kind of irrelevant. But that's fine.
I know. I'm talking.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you a different question. All right. Did he?
Because I want everybody to know that's listening. Like her intention when she drove towards him isn't relevant to him using force.
Yeah.
It's how he interpreted it. But go ahead.
All right. Did the officer shoot at Renee from the front or from the side of her car?
Both.
Yep.
He shot through the side window, though. That was where the fatal shot came from.
Yeah.
Right. So that means that she was not running over him at the time that he shot the lethal shot.
So we're talking a matter of milliseconds here. So as she's coming at him and he's moving out the way, law enforcement is.
Listening to this kind of like I always give the benefit of doubt to people that thinking like they're actually smart, but listening to this shit happen, like people are actually retarded. Like people actually can't like look away from a situation and like place themselves in somebody else's shoes and like critically think of like what would you do in that situation, It's like these people are like honestly like stupid. It's like everybody like can't like 2020 hindsight is a thing, but like people can't like step back and realize what would you do, Obviously 2020 is hindsight, you might have done something differently, but like it's just kind of weird how people are just like kind of like can't critically think, or like think outside the box. Is really interesting.
Trying to stop the threat, and that includes up to deadly force. So as he's moving out the way and shooting, we're talking about a rapidly evolving event, right? So once you get into that mode, you're shooting, and this is precisely why 2020 hindsight is never taken into account when law enforcement officers or use of force in general is typically applied.
All right, yeah, but that's
because it's easy to Monday morning quarterback and say, oh, well, bro, technically, let's put the protractor over here. If you move 2 degrees this way, you would have been fine. Why'd you shoot from the side? They're trained to stop the threat.
Also, they're trained to use lethal force as an absolute last resort. The
Yep.
fact that he was able to get to the side of the car into safety shows that he was able to survive the car without fatally shooting Renee. So shooting her, the imminent threat was gone. He no longer.
Bro, the car is an imminent threat no matter what. Like the car is still coming at him. Like why is he? He's arguing off 2020 hindsight after he realized that it wasn't that bad. Like he's like, why is he like? Why do people are fucking retarded? Like he didn't know that in a situation that she was just gonna graze him. He doesn't know that. It's only after does he know that. Like yeah, as I moved out the way, it grazed me and I shot at her. But in that situation, when it's happening, he doesn't know if she's just gonna fucking graze him or just like he gets rammed. He doesn't know that until after. Like bro.
Has the right to use lethal force in that situation because there is no imminent threat anymore. He was able to get to the side of the car.
Well, keep in mind that she still hit him. He still got injured. He didn't know who was behind him. He was there with other people. So when law enforcement shoots to stop the threat, it's not just for their for them immediately. It's also for other law enforcement and other civilians as well. Because if you're telling someone, get out the car, they back up, you pull out your gun, and then they drive towards you, how are you going to interpret that? Okay, this person clearly doesn't care. They're reckless. I'm shooting to stop this threat, not just as a threat for me, but a threat for my colleagues and other people and other civilians that are in the area. That's how they apply force.
That's kind of ridiculous. There were no
That's the
law
law.
enforcement officers in the path of Renee. She was driving straight forward.
That's the law.
What's the law? The law is that lethal force
Stop the
is
threat.
Lethal force is the last threat. He can stop the threat some other way. They can start a police chase, but killing her is not an option there. He had no threat to his life at that point.
He absolutely did.
How? He jumped to the side. He survived.
He got hit in the process. Also, here's another thing. That guy got dragged like 6 months earlier by someone.
That's what I'm going on to. So
Yeah.
I'll talk about that with you after.
Yeah. So that actually strengthens my argument because.
It weakens it.
Oh, really? It weakens it?
Yeah, he says you should not have a self-talk. I'm sorry for taking you away from the mic.
Yeah. Well, let's finish him first and then go.
Like the arguments that I also heard people make is that well he had trauma so he shouldn't be an officer. It's like, well, if we like that doesn't make any sense because if that was the case then we would literally have no police officers, no military because if they're in that type of situation of anything, somebody pulls a knife out on them, somebody pulls a gun out on them, I don't know, they crash in a high-speed chase, like there's so many different scenarios. I guess they get dragged, it's like well, then we would never have any police officers because they would all have the one thing that traumatizes them, and they're like, okay, you're done. Like, wait, what? Like, that's how they become better people, is through trauma, through trials and tribulation. That's how anybody becomes a better person, through trauma. Like, the fuck? Like, their arguments are fucking retarded when they say that shit. Oh, he should have been gone because he had trauma. What?
You keep going.
All right. My main point overall is that it is a law in all law enforcement operations that when the imminent threat is gone, which it was because he jumped to the side of the car and he was no longer getting ran over whatsoever, lethal force is simply not an option.
Again, we're talking a matter of milliseconds here. He's moving out the way as he's shooting, okay? So this is all happening rapidly. It can't be like, okay, I'm out the way, I think not gonna pull the trigger no more. No, dude, we're talking about literally milliseconds here. And again,
it's the fact that he got out of the way.
He's trained, but here's the thing.
It's the fact that he was able to get out of the way that shows that he was not an
But he
imminent
got
threat.
hit in the process. He got hit in the process, and his job is to stop the threat.
That you're ignoring the fact that he's out of the way. Like, I
Okay.
don't understand why you're
When she drove at him and
Was
he got,
out of the way
let me
or
ask you
not?
this.
Was
Let me
he
ask you
out of
this.
the way or not?
Let's
You
make
answer
it
me.
this
Was he
simple.
out of the way or not?
Buddy.
What?
Let's go through this simply because you got to look at this objectively. Look at this through your feelings.
Objectively.
Yes, objectively.
Okay,
So he
wait,
gets
wait,
hit.
wait. You won't answer to me if he got out of the way or not. But
He got out the way.
I'm the one
He got out the
using
way.
feelings.
But
Okay,
was she a threat coming
so
at
he
him?
wasn't in a. Okay,
Was
he was
she-
out of the way.
was
the
she-
car hitting him?
was he-
No, you
what-
can't just ignore that. You
No.
can't just ignore that fact.
I'm asking you a question.
Okay, what's your question?
Was she a threat when she drove at him with the car?
Yes.
Okay, and he ended the threat. Done.
Did he shoot her when he was driving towards
She was
him,
a
or did
threat.
he shoot her
As soon as
when
she
he was on
came,
the side of her? Though?
as soon as she came at him, she became a threat, and at that point, he has every right to end the threat.
It's a last resort. So if he was able to get out of the threat without killing her, it's no longer an imminent threat.
No, because it's a threat not just to him, but other people as well.
What other people?
He was there with several of his colleagues.
And were any of them?
And then there's also
were
civilians,
Were
who
any
knows?
of them being ran over?
Again, like I said, as soon as she drove at him,
Okay, by
she
that
became
logic-
a threat, and he stopped the threat.
By that,
That's it.
By that logic, it's like if I see someone on the street with fellow law enforcement officers, it's a potential threat to other people. So therefore, I have the right to detain him or something. Like, what does that even mean?
She was an imminent threat because she came at him,
But
and he
she
got hit
wasn't
in the
an imminent
process.
threat anymore. When imminent means at the time. If he was able to get to the side, then that means she wasn't an imminent threat to him anymore.
She literally was because he got hit. Dude, again, this is why they're trained to stop the threats.
They're also trained to use
Okay.
lethal force.
That
as a
she
last
became a
resort.
threat,
They're also
and
trained
he
to
used
use
lethal force
as
to
a last
subdue the
resort.
threat, and that's what happened.
Subdue what threat? He got to the side of her.
Again, you're going off of 2020 hindsight. We go off of what was going in through his mind at the time. Lawful commands are done. Wife is saying, just drive. She backs up, drives towards him. He's obviously surprised. He gets out the way as he's shooting at her to stop the threat. Legally justified, my friend.
Wait,
Now,
so
whether
you're
you
saying-
interpret it as a threat or not, from a Monday morning quarterback perspective, quite frankly, is irrelevant. He's justified in this shooting because he was there at the time and actually was dealing with the threat, and that's how he dealt with it, and that's why he's legally justified.
Okay.
Like, you might not like it, you might not agree with it, but the reality is that he was justified, which is why they're not prosecuting him.
Dude, the reality is that he knew he would survive when he jumped to the side of it, right? He should have just stopped right there. He's a trained officer. He's able to not pull the trigger at that point. He could have jumped to the side, realized, okay, the car's not coming at me anymore. It's no longer an imminent threat. I no longer have the right to shoot and kill her.
Can we do teamwork, please?
Yeah, you just don't. I don't think you understand tactics, which is
Yeah,
fine.
I don't think you understand like law enforcement policy.
Yeah, you definitely don't.
Oh, I do.
you definitely don't.
Yeah.
You never worked in law enforcement. I did. I understand how it goes. And when someone's coming at you with a car, it's easy to sit here and be like, just get out the way, dude. Bro, if someone's coming at you like that, like trying to end your life,
I understand
and you're
that, but
interpreting
he
it that
did
way,
get out of
you're
the way.
gonna empty
The
that
difference
mag.
is that he did
You're
get
gonna
out of the
empty
way.
that mag.
He did get out.
Barely.
Okay.
Barely.
Okay.
So
I'm
if
not
someone comes
saying-
at you with a knife,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
And they nick you with it, and they
Yeah.
get you, like they try to go for your neck, but they get you in the chest.
Yeah.
Are you gonna sit there and be like, well, they're not an imminent threat anymore, bro?
That's not comparable.
you know?
That's not comparable at all because a person with a knife can easily just turn around and stab you again.
Yeah, but again, she hit him with the car,
Okay,
and the car's a deadly weapon.
Can you acknowledge that that comparison was absolutely stupid?
No, they're both deadly weapons. Whether it's a car or a knife, it's a deadly weapon.
But the difference is a knife
Because
attack can happen multiple
she's
times.
showing clear disregard for him, and who else might she run over in the process?
Yeah, but-
Again,
but-
remember
but
they
that's
had
how a knife is
they had it
completely
surrounded.
different.
They had the vehicle. Law enforcement was all around it. So if she clearly showed the disregard of backing up and then driving into him, as he has his gun there and he's giving her lawful commands alongside
Yeah.
the other guy, a reasonable person can interpret, hey, this person is not going to stop, and they're going to keep doing this. So I need to end the threat, not just for myself, but for my colleagues and for other civilians, because this individual clearly is being reckless, and that's what he's going to be judged
driving away
on.
at a slow speed. It wasn't like she was starting to go 100 miles per hour while drunk driving.
Even though she was going at as slow speed as you claim, he still got internal damage from getting hit.
Okay, yeah, he got a bruise.
No, he got organ damage with his internals.
Internal bleeding is another word for a bruise.
Okay, all right, let's go to her.
All right.
Let's go to her. Like, we're not gonna agree on that.
Take too much of your time.
I suggest, you know what? You should do some tactical training and let them put you in scenarios, because they've actually done this with civilians. They put them in a tactical situation, and every single time the civilians just pull the trigger when there's not a deadly threat. And it's actually hilarious to see people pull the trigger so quickly. Then they want law enforcement to be like, no, bro, just don't pull the trigger. Get out the way. But go ahead.
Okay, so I'm not going to waste too much of your time. First, thanks for gendering me properly. This does not look like a stove, so I'm not going to waste much of your time, so I can get back to
You said
it.
what? Gendering properly?
Yes, because these gentlemen asked, or I could hear them talking like, oh, is that a tranny? I'd
Oh.
be happy to say, I was born intersex. And
Wait, what?
kind of pathetic.
Born
That has-
intersex?
Yes. That has nothing to do with this. I'm just addressing this for the record in front of everyone, how pathetic that is.
I think there's only two genders. I don't think intersex is a thing, but that's fine.
Okay, well, look at an actual, maybe graduate college level biology textbook and you'll realize beyond high school biology.
Were you born with a dick?
Was I born with ovary parts? Yes.
Okay, so you're born with a dick. Okay, got it.
Okay, yes, but that's neither here nor there and absolutely pathetic. Only thing I want
Two
to address
genders.
is that you had an officer who was shell-shocked, pretty much, several months before the shooting, who perhaps should not have been on the force because any other officer who had not had that experience several months prior would not have pulled the trigger in that instance, I do not believe.
Well, okay, so it's interesting that you bring that up. Him being dragged 6 months prior actually lends strength.
No, it does
to
not,
the shooting. Yeah, it
because
does.
no,
Of course.
because it increases your threshold.
No, I don't know what they don't understand. This leads credence to why he pulled the trigger, because it's happened to him before. Why are people saying no? It doesn't. Yes, it does. Like, I don't like. They're retarded. Like, I guess they're thinking like it. Like, I don't even know if they're really like thinking about it. It's like when he says this leads credence to why he pulled the trigger. It does lead credence because if you experienced this before, yes, that's why he had a higher chance of pulling the trigger. It's like they just like, I don't know. They don't really like hear it. It's like, I don't know what they're really thinking.
Or rather lowers it for what you actually think is a threat. That's why you have hypervigilance in PTSD victims.
Okay.
So that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave, go back to a kitchen.
Why do they always do this? Every time these trannies, like they'll give their point and then they'll just walk away. It's like we don't want to debate. It's like, what's going on here? Yeah.
Okay,
You go over there. Don't. You gotta back up. You gotta back up. You gotta back up. See, these people are crazy. I told y'all, man.
No.
Holy.
I'm
Nuts.
glad this is filmed. I cannot wait to see it later. The fact,
You're making yourself look crazy, but it's fine.
no, because you gender me properly over there when I come up and then I bring up the topic.
Yeah, I mean, when
I
I
don't
looked, I
care.
saw
I'm
long red hair. I
proud.
didn't know what it was. Now that you're talking more, and then whatever. Like, yeah, I don't know what. You're a dude, man, or whatever you were born as, but you're a dude.
I will respect your right to say that uncensored, but also acknowledge that while this is aired, there will be a lot of people who think you sound absolutely ridiculous.
There's
There'll be
two
people
genders.
who don't, but
There's two genders. If you don't want to, accept reality, that's fine. But we weren't even talking about that.
No,
My thing is, I
because-
find it interesting how you go ahead and you give your statement and like, oh well,
no, I'm going to
PTSD.
address how you started it by saying I should be in the kitchen, giving a female stereotype.
Well-
As soon as I bring it up to thank you with that, to mock the fact that, okay, this is also not an oven, and hearing people talk, oh, is that a tranny? Yes, I will bring it up because I'm not ashamed, because anyone with a brain who can read a textbook and realize, oh, there is an ambiguity in how sex is represented in bodies as they develop. So that
Yeah,
is
so
just moronic on your part.
let
and
me
I'm
say
gonna
this.
leave because you don't have any education.
I did
on
misgender
that.
you. My bad. You should be in a garage, not a kitchen.
Okay, I'll find one. I'll
Yeah.
go back to Randall and do that.
Yeah,
Thanks.
not a kitchen. You should be in a garage. So,
All right.
seeing that right there, guys, is precisely why trainees shouldn't be able to have guns. Fucking nuts. Absolutely nuts. But hey, it is what it is. What's up, man?
All right, hey Myron. I guess thanks for coming to Michigan. It's pretty cold.
Yeah, this is freezing, dude.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess given your federal law enforcement background, I was just curious what you're thinking about. I haven't really been keeping up with the news or your podcast. But I was just wondering what your thoughts on Maduro's being captured and taken to New York. Like, what your thoughts on that are?
I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm a interventionist, especially when it comes to engaging in anything that might lead to a war or a conflict. I don't think that we should have done that. I'm not a fan, and I think there's a bunch of other geopolitical factors that come into why we did that. But overall, just to give a bird's eye view, not a fan of it.
I mean, yeah, I totally agree. I think it was definitely, I mean, it's a move to attack, Chinese trade and also, Lebanese and, Iranian trade for sure.
There's a multitude of reasons. It was to protect we have a waning petrodollar reserve currency status. They wanted to go ahead and do transactions in BRICS and strengthen, China, who's like an adversary. So like there was multiple reasons why we did what we did. We're just using the ruse of a law enforcement operation that he was indicted. But the reality is that it's a far more complex geopolitical situation than a law enforcement operation.
I guess I'm not really sure how quickly you could like condense your thoughts on this, but I guess that leads into my main question, which is, obviously we have a precedent of going into, foreign countries, non-cooperative countries, let's say, we just overthrew Bashar, we killed Gaddafi. But I guess, what do you think the precedent is now moving forward? Because, we're almost in the 2030s, we got this new like JD Vance thing, going on. I mean, I don't know, what do you...
Well, I've always been opposed to wars in the Middle East. And to be honest, a lot of these wars in the Middle East are fought because of we have a very strong Zionist lobby, right? This is one of my main criticisms, that when I say America is run by Jews, it absolutely is, and it's by dual allegiance Jews a lot of the times. And it took basically a genocide in Gaza for people to wake up and realize like who really runs things and pulls strings. I mean, we're probably going to go to war with Iran because of Israel. Like literally we're in the middle of tensions right now. They're talking about bombing them any day now. So our foreign policy when it comes to the Middle East is pretty much directed by Zionism and Jewish power in America. So, but that's a whole other topic.
I guess, and then I guess we'll do one more follow-up.
Yep.
I mean, then what are your thoughts on Iran? Like, would you say it's pretty likely that we're gonna
go to war with Iran? Very likely.
Well, yeah.
Very likely. Very likely. And first it was nuclear weapons. Now those are gone. Oh, now they're building up their ballistic missile program. They're using any excuse they can because they want a regime change. That's what they want.
All right,
so,
cool.
Thank you, man.
Thanks for sharing your thoughts.
No worries, dude. All right, who's up next? Let's get we got a little bit here because but we'll be back out here. What time? We're gonna be back out here at 5. So because we can go amplify sound as long as we want. Yeah, but let's get a disagreement. I know let's get a disagreement first.
One more.
Yeah, bro. Let's get like a disagreement. Who has a disagreement? Anything I said?
I don't got a disagreement.
Women are stupid. Indians stink. ICE did nothing wrong. Renee Good was a legit shooter.
I don't got a disagreement, but I'm a fan.
Okay.
I'm Cohen. I've been watching you every day since September, and I got a couple of questions. I'm 15. What goals should I have? What should I be focusing on? What should I stay away from in order to being successful in life?
Stay away from drugs. Stay away from women because they're useless, honest.
To the ICE, which you came here to talk about, but so Myron, you've spoken about being turned away by Turning Point USA. I just wanted to know if that experience changed or reinforced.
That's not true.
It's not true?
Yeah, the Jew earlier was lying, but basically what happened was, and they always lie, right? Mm-hmm. But yeah, I didn't get turned away. What happened was, obviously, we all know Charlie Kirk was tragically shot and killed. When I was at AmFest, they obviously had security at a heightened level. My government name and my stage name are 2 different names. So when they saw because when you get a pass, it's under your government name. Okay. They saw my government name didn't match with Myron Gaines. Like, what the hell? So that's where the confusion came from. But I had already been there. That footage that got shown, okay. I had been there for hours already, right? And I got a bunch of witnesses that were there with me because we had a booth. So basically, they took the ID, double-checked everything, and they're like, "Oh, our mistake, man." And then I went back in.
So it's just misinformation.
It's a bunch of lies by idiots and haters. Never got kicked out, not once. I was there the whole time. Matter of fact, it's funny because the Let 'em Cook hoodie that the Jew was complaining about earlier, like I wore that the second day. So how would have I been kicked out while simultaneously wearing the hoodie and going viral?
All right, understood. I just wanted.
Yeah, but he also implied that too.
I just wanted clarification on.
Yeah.
That's all.
No worries. Because there was actually like a bunch of the Zionists that did that. Go ahead. No, okay.
What's going on, Myron? I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I know that you're Sudanese.
Yeah.
I know that you've been outspoken about the genocide in Sudan and everything that's going on. But I also know you've also talked very favorably about the UAE in the past and how great of a country it is. I know you've spent some time there. My question is, would you be willing, or do you hold the UAE accountable for backing the genocide in Sudan?
I've talked about it, that they're involved in the illicit gold trade, which is funding the conflict.
Okay.
They buy a lot of gold from Hemeti, the head of the RSF, and that's created a lot of problems.
So would you say, like, since all that has leaked, I feel like it's been the last couple of months, everyone's become aware to, like, UAE backing the genocide heavy and getting all their gold from Sudan, basically?
Yeah, when I talk about the UAE, I'd say that it's a very good, like, it's a very safe and clean country, right? Two things can be true. They have a safe and clean country, but at the same time, they're also funding that conflict, which, you know, many other countries are too. There's unfortunately a lot of countries, we do it all the time. We back militias, we back violent groups, rebel groups, insurgencies. So it's just an ugly reality about geopolitical affairs, but two things can be true.
Okay, for sure. I was just wondering.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
Yeah, for sure.
Can we get somebody else on? Who else? That's it? All right, let's fucking go, man. Before I get started, I want to say, I want to dedicate this to Charlie Kirk. You know, so, well, you said a Nazi? Well, Charlie wasn't a Nazi, I am. So, anyway, Charlie wasn't a Nazi, I am. Now you guys are stuck with me. He was way nicer. So, yeah, rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. I'm going to dedicate this section of the show, well, this video, to Charlie. We keep his memory alive. We can have political disagreements all day, but at the end of the day, he's an American. He was a patriot. And, you know, whoever was responsible, we will find you and you will go to jail. So fuck you. So, you know, and no one should ever be persecuted for their political belief system, whether you're left, right, centered, any of your skin color, even this weirdo over here, he should be persecuted or whatever it is. Like, they also deserve the same dignity. So, you know, we believe in nonviolence. We believe in discussing ideas, not attacking each other. And when you got the truth on your side, you don't need to use violence, man. So I'm dedicating this to Charlie. Rest in peace to him. Obviously, God bless his family. And, you know, I think it's the right thing to do. So that's what we're out here doing, keeping his legacy alive. So anyway, so you're up first, man. What's your name and what do you got to say?
I'm a supporter, so you can.
Oh, okay, awesome.
My name's Alejandro, and I just wanted to ask a question.
Yeah.
What are some specific policies? What are some specific policies Republicans should prioritize right now to win back young voters without watering down conservative principles? And how do candidates like Valentina Gomez reflect what the party is headed?
Well, number one, don't even call yourself a Republican because that's gay. And then number two, like the Republican Party, let's be honest, is controlled by Jews and they're all cucked. So we got to have our own political movement where we actually put the interests of our country first, put our citizens first. We don't do things for the benefit of Jewish oligarchs and technocrats and all these other people that are the elite class. We got to do things more for the working class, the people that are actually doing things out here versus, you know, the Republican Party where they're, you know, on one side they say, yeah, we fight for the people, but do they really? I think they fight more for, you know, the globalists and the Jews and everything else like that. So, and the elite class that quite frankly none of us are a part of. So that's what it is. So I would say first, get rid of the political labeling and have an ideology. Whether it aligns with Republican values or not is one thing, but I think calling ourselves Republicans and Democrats, it's like, no. That's what they use to divide.
Okay, thank you. Can I get a picture after this one?
Yeah. And don't worry, guys, I'll take pictures and sign books and all that stuff after. So don't worry, I'm not Hollywood. Fuck these faggots. We keep it real over here. So, yeah, we still say faggot, we still say nigger, we still say kike. I don't give a fuck. That's how we do it, okay? When I went to college, I sound like an old man now, right? When I went to college, we just said what the fuck we wanted to say. So, you know, we're bringing that shit back. We're too much of this political correct faggotry. What's up, man?
Hello. Yes.
What's up?
Not this guy. Last I checked. Double. Okay. I need to have.
Yeah, he's a little bit tall. Maybe we can help him with it a bit?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Shout out to Beans, by the way. And yes, he is Hispanic.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, here we go. Okay.
Thanks, bro.
So I have a question. I read your Wikipedia article before this. You're like, what is it, like Sudanese American or something? That's like ancestry?
Yeah.
I just guess, given that, why do you like ICE? They're going after like Somalis. Bro, you're next. You're like the next thing in line. Geographically.
Oh,
that's
for
what's
Somalian?
happening.
You're saying?
Yeah, like Somalia, then I guess like I don't know, Ethiopia. Then you get Sudan, and then it's you, man.
Well,
like,
I'm not a
come on,
pirate, but that's fine.
Self-interest. Yeah, but...
Yeah, we're very different. Like, we're Arabs, they're not. You know, they're pirates, we're not.
So you don't like the South. You don't like
But
the
yeah,
South.
I mean, look, I was born in America. You know, I've lived here my whole life. I haven't known, I've served this country. My parents immigrated here and they're naturalized citizens now. So, you know, that's my background really. I've only been to the Middle East a few times in my lifetime, so.
Okay, yeah, but you were born here, but like, so was Renee Good, so were those like native people who were arrested in the UP a while ago. I don't know, man, like, you have this like big spiel about like Charlie Kirk.
He's speaking a bunch of gibberish, honestly.
They like, yeah, good. I don't like shooting people, which is why I don't like, you know, them shooting her. I did nothing wrong. Proves you wrong. I don't know if that proves you wrong, but it proves an inconsistency. And I'd like to hear you say about that.
Well, you got to understand that Charlie Kirk was on a college campus having civil discourse with people that disagree with him. Meanwhile, she was committing a felony and impeding federal agents from doing their job. The two are not the same whatsoever.
I don't think so. So if she was on a college campus, it would have been all right.
No, if she wasn't breaking the law, it would have been outright.
Which law did she break?
Which law did she break? Well, let's see here. 18 U.S.C. 111, impeding and obstructing a federal agent from doing their jobs and their duties. She was stopping them from enforcing an immigration operation. That's a felony. I've actually arrested people for it before myself when I was on the job. So you can't do that.
I think you might be lying. I don't believe you.
I am lying? Look it up. 18 U.S.C. 111.
No, I believe that that's law. I just don't think that that's what she was doing.
That's what she was there doing.
Myron, you're lying. You
She was
can't do
literally,
this to me, man.
she was
It's not
literally
great.
blocking off. She was literally blocking off agents from
This dude's
doing their
weird.
job. That's why her car was parked in that way, and they told her, "Hey, get out of here."
Okay.
And she went into. She didn't want to. Then said, "All right, step out the car." That's when she veered off.
Other question. You
Sure.
say Indian people stink, yes?
In general, yeah, a lot of them do.
Well, I got a few Indian friends,
Sure.
and they smell pretty nice. So explain this inconsistency to me, please.
Well, again, it's a general statement. Does that mean that every single one of them stink? No, just a lot of them do.
So a lot of them do. I mean, a lot of white guys stink too. A lot of people leave
Sure.
the shower, need to use deodorant.
Sure.
Will you say with me, white guys?
Two things can be
Will
true at
you
the
say
same time.
with me, white guys stink? Come on, man, you can say.
Well, here's
it.
the
I don't
thing.
know. I give you the card. I give you the pass.
So here's the thing. That is not the stereotype that's attributed to them.
Okay, come on. Don't be woke over here, man. Say it with me. White guys stink. We got stinky armpits. We stink.
Well, if you stink, man, then that's great.
No. I showered like 5 hours.
Okay, there you go. So you
I know.
you proved your own statement wrong. You don't stink.
But many of them do. You say that lots of Indians don't stink.
All right.
I'm just
So,
saying.
all right. What's her? Okay. Who's up
So
next?
much for the tolerance, right? So
No worries, man. Thank you. All right. Thanks.
How you doing, Myron?
Hey, how are you?
I'm just curious, why do you think there's so many of these blue-haired people on my campus?
So many what?
Of the blue-haired, like, confused people.
Oh, on your campus?
Yeah, up here.
Well, look, I went to Northeastern University in Boston, right? And we're a bit more progressive. So I kind of saw this happening when I was in college back in 2013. I'm showing my age here. And the problem is that college campuses are kind of like, you guys are insulated from like the real world. So what ends up happening is you're able to kind of like develop radically progressive ideologies that a lot of the times don't align with the real world. And one of two things happens when you graduate. You either keep that mentality and stay a retard, or you wake up and realize, holy shit, like the real world doesn't operate on these progressive ideals. And even myself, like, I went to, Northeast, so I lived in Boston for many years. I grew up in New England. So, I am very familiar with that, academia mindset where it's like, oh yeah, let's just be like above moral, like on our moral high grounds, and, progressivism is the way to go and everyone's equal. And, you get into the real world and you realize like, no, we aren't all equal. Like, men are better than women at everything pretty much, right? Like, they just suck at everything. And it's just like, it is what it is. So when you get out there and you become an adult, you start to realize like, unfortunately, the real world doesn't align with what you're programmed to think in college. And the reason why people are able to think these things is because you kind of live in like a fake world here where you go to a dorm and you can hang out and drink beer all day and smoke weed and not have to pay bills or whatever. Like you're able to kind of just chill. Like college is an acceptable way to spend 4 years being a degenerate, to be honest. Like you should be educating yourself, but you can also be a degenerate in the process and not deal with real world consequences versus if you were in the real world paying bills and having to work and shit.
Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
No worries, man.
What's going on?
What's up, man?
I want to ask you, what do you think about this like looks maxing or this black pill?
Look
like,
maxing?
Yeah.
Looks maxing?
This,
Well,
like, yeah.
this is a very interesting topic, and this is, I think, is something that doesn't get talked about enough. The reality for guys is women have more options than ever before. You got social media apps, you got dating apps, etc. So with that, women's standards have went up. A girl that would have been limited to her own geographic area of sexual access and mate selection in that area, now she has access to men on Instagram, men on dating apps, etc. So a guy that would have been qualified 20 years ago, now he's not, because she can get something better. And women, will take the best deal that they can get. They're hypergamous. So when it comes to looks maxing, every guy should focus on getting in the gym, keeping themselves clean, brushing their teeth, because a lot of guys are unkempt. So on top of having your money in order and everything else, you just got to be a well-rounded guy. Like you can't be an average guy anymore and get the dating and sex life you want. Like being average is like not going to work, because average women no longer want average men. They think that they deserve above average men, unfortunately. And women are super entitled, and this is why we have the issues that we have now when it comes to young people and dating.
100%. All right, yeah, thank you.
No problem. Disagreements? Okay. Hi. Can we help her with the mic? Thanks, Beans. Shout out to Beans, by the way, and Brett, Sean, everybody helping out behind the scenes. This is a team effort. So shout out to all you ninjas. I wouldn't be able to do this and be racist like this without a team behind me. So, yes.
Okay.
All right. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. So I have like a fairly long question, so just bear with me for a second. So,
You have the clip version?
He's like, that was a joke.
No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead. Just try to make it, concise.
Yeah. So I'm planning on going into the medical field, right? Because I feel passionate about helping people, etc., right? And I feel good that my life is going to be like that. So how does someone like you, who you essentially get paid to be like a laughing stock, right? And the only people who really look up to you are antisocial losers, right? So it's kind of like
Makes sense.
if I was you, I think I'd just kill myself. So I don't
Oh,
really
okay.
know.
Yeah.
It's okay, guys. Let her give or take. It's fine. This is what the First Amendment is. Unlike progressives, we let them say what they want to say. We don't censor them. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm here for charity. Yeah, what else? Well, so kill myself. What was the other one? I'm a loser. What else?
No, your fans are losers. That was
My fans were losers. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Anything else?
that's true. That's true.
So was there like an argument here or just ad homs?
You, people like you argue in bad faith. I don't feel
Okay.
like I don't have enough respect for you to do this.
Okay. So isn't this awesome? This is what, see, I actually like that she did this because this is what progressives do. They come up, they don't actually challenge any of your statements or your, ideologies or your facts. What they do is they just insult you personally, say you're a bad person, kill yourself, and then they take the moral high ground and say you're not even worthy of a debate. Well, let me ask you this. Where have I lied?
Oh my fucking god. Okay, oh my god, I really didn't want to do this. But the whole thing with Renee Good, right?
Yep.
You're saying like she was doing something illegal. Okay.
Yep.
You know what? I'll meet you there. Okay? Let's say she was doing something illegal. So police are actually trained to use lethal force in only the absolute worst of situations. There's actually a training
I can
on
already
what
tell
you
she's
should
gonna
do
make
if
some
a
stupid
vehicle
ass
is approaching
argument.
you, that all police officers are forced to take, right? And that definitely, it involves getting out of the way of the vehicle and trying to de-escalate before you shoot someone in the face. So generally.
Okay, so it's kind of interesting that you say that because I actually went through this training that you're trying to talk about, and nowhere in the training do they tell you, okay, here's a class on how to get out of the way of a moving car. No, they teach you how to escalate properly, how to, identify threats, making sure that people keep their hands in certain places where you can see them. So there is no specific training because I actually went to the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center. I went through HSI SAT. I was an HSI special agent before I did this. So I'm very familiar with ICE training in itself, and there is no specific class at FLETC that says, okay, this is like what you got to do if a car's coming at you. You just need to know, hey, if deadly force is being used against you, which your car absolutely qualifies, has been deemed from Metch case law, you can go ahead and respond with deadly force as well. That's just the reality. Now, look, I'm not here to debate the morality of it. I'm here to debate the reality of it and the legality of it. And from a legal perspective, he was 100% justified.
Right. So I mean, if we're like...
You could get on the mic after whoever said that. That's not really relevant to the debate here. That's because that's a subjective thing. Like one person might say it was immoral, another person will say he was acting in self-defense. So that's a subjective thing. But if you disagree, just get on the line and I'll have a discussion with you. But yeah, sorry. So that is my thing is it was self-defense. She broke the law. She came at him with a vehicle. It is what it is. I'm not celebrating her death. Like I'm not one of these sickos that's gonna sit there and be like, yeah, she deserved it. No, but you can't run at a federal agent with a vehicle. I'm sorry, you can't do that.
I mean, you asked me earlier, where did you lie? It is, true that there is a training on how to deal with specifically a vehicle approaching you. So I don't really know,
No, there isn't.
This is just an example.
I went through the HSI Academy. When I went through in 2013, 2014, it was not there in the curriculum. They teach you defensive driving, but there's no class like, oh, a car's coming at you, get out the way. They put you in different scenarios.
Well,
I'm like the worst person to debate this with because I actually went through the school. So.
Right.
Yeah, so, again, I'm trying to find out where did I lie? Where have I lied yet? Guys, don't heckle her. Let her, you know what I mean? It's a...
maybe you missed it.
Still can't identify the lie, huh?
It's entirely possible that you missed it. Everyone makes mistakes,
The fuck is she talking about?
No, because you can't miss classes when you're in FLETC. Everything is documented. Actually, as a matter of fact, you know what they're going to do? They're going to pull up all of his training, as a matter of fact. Anytime there's a use of force situation, and you go, for whether it's a police officer or a special agent, whatever, they almost always pull their academy records to see how were they trained. Like Derek Chauvin, for example, that technique with the knee on the back, he was actually taught that in the police academy. They pulled his records. That was an authorized technique taught by the Minneapolis Police Department.
That's great. I think we're talking past each other. don't respect you, I'm gonna leave. Bye.
Translation, I lost. Okay, great. This is what happens when women aren't in the kitchen. Hey guys, come on. Let's show a little bit of respect, man. Let's let him get his thoughts out. What's up?
Hi, how's it going?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing just okay. So, you said to begin with you're a Nazi, correct?
Well, I was kind of fucking around, but if you want to go there and say that, that's fine. If you think I'm a Nazi, then I'm a Nazi. Like, no, I've gotten to a point now where I don't even care if people call me a Nazi or not. Because it's like, no matter what, if you have any type of conservative or right-wing viewpoints, you're always going to be labeled as a Nazi to somebody.
I disagree.
What's that?
I disagree.
So you don't think I'm a Nazi?
Well, I don't think all conservatives will be labeled Nazis. I think conservatism has gone way too far, but that's not the point.
That's fine.
I just want to, so earlier you had asked her, where did you lie, right?
Yeah.
Well, for one, I have not heard you quote any facts or anything so far. So I would just be curious.
We couldn't even get that far because she didn't even like.
Sure. So just to be honest, I've never heard of you before, and nor did I want to. But I looked you up on Instagram before this. So, and the first 5 things that I saw were you being like extremely misogynistic and saying that men and women are not equal. So I'm just curious, and like.
I mean, they're not.
I think on the Instagram reel that I saw, you had said that like women are intellectually inferior and should not be trusted to make decisions for themselves. Do you mind expanding upon that and I don't know, giving any scientific evidence to prove that?
Well, here's the thing. Men are better than women at almost everything. From a physical standpoint, lung capacity, strength, muscle density, height, aerobic capacity, lung capacity. Like, we're just better at almost everything. We're physically superior to women. And I'm tired of having to, pretend that we're not, right? And it's actually kind of funny because I think men should be providing and protecting for women because I do think that since we are better than them in most things, we do have a duty and a responsibility to protect them in many ways. So I just don't believe in this egalitarianism between the sexes because it simply doesn't line up with reality.
I was asking for facts, not opinions.
Okay. Did I not just state a bunch of biological facts between men and women, how men are...
All you actually said was that men and women are biologically different, which
That's a fact. And that is a fact.
Well, men aren't designed to give the birth children. Women have naturally higher percentages of body fat, so
That wasn't my argument.
Right.
I said women are physically inferior women are physically inferior to men.
Okay.
And that's a fact.
Okay.
You asked me like what?
But that's not. Wait. So to go back to what I actually asked, I said on the Instagram reel, you had quoted as being said, women are intellectually inferior and not to be trusted to make decisions for themselves. Do you mind supporting that with scientific facts and/or evidence?
Yeah, I mean, here we go. Every thriving society has been a patriarchy for the most part. Men built the world around you, as a matter of fact. Everything that you see and enjoy here was built by men, created by men, thought of by men. Women don't really provide infrastructure like that.
That's incorrect.
Women don't provide infrastructure?
One more time?
I said, see, you don't even know what you're disagreeing with. You're just disagreeing.
One more time, please.
What I said was, men create the world that we exist in. Women don't. Every society that's ever thrived has been a patriarchy, has been led by men to some degree.
Which society?
Now, we can use ours, for example. Like,
which one?
Men create okay, now you're just being...
No, seriously. Are you talking about
See,
America,
it's interesting
the US?
because
No,
I give you facts and then you move the
right
goalposts. It's like, what is your point here? Like, I've given you several examples of how men are superior to women, and you still are saying, oh, well, what's your facts? I'm telling you the facts. You say, well, what's your facts? Are you going to engage with what I told you? Like I told you already.
Yes, I am.
Men are superior to women in almost every single way. Everything on earth, all the modern conventions, for the most part, the majority have been created by men. The infrastructure and the technology that we enjoy was created by men. Men are born to lead, women are born to follow.
Okay,
this
that's
is
just
shown
like
in our
saying,
sexual attraction to each
you're
other.
gonna let me respond?
Women want. Okay.
You're asking me a question and then you're just talking.
Well, you asked me for the facts and I'm just giving you a bunch
That's
of them.
not facts. You're saying things. You're just like, oh yeah, this is a thing and this is a thing, but you're not actually saying what society. You're talking about the Mayans, the Incans, are we talking about Germany or the United States? Like, what are we talking about?
They're all patriarchies is my point.
No, they're not.
Yes,
Who are
they
you
are.
talking about? Egypt
Yes,
is not a patriarchy.
And the ancient Egyptians?
Right.
And they got conquered. Boom. Like, it's like, bruh, it's like, dude.
Wait.
Like, they're, like, well, okay, well, you concede that men are physically superior to women. We can start there. Men are physically superior to women. We can see that.
There are biological differences between men and women, yes.
And that makes men better than women or physically superior to women.
In what sense? Men can't give birth. I mean, in my opinion, women are physically superior because they can give birth. So that's a difference of opinion right there, not facts.
Okay.
Give me a fact.
Well, we're going to talk about tangible assets that make them superior. We're talking about strength, height, lung capacity, speed, agility, coordination, reflexes.
Okay, so
Men
wait.
are superior in
I'm
every
gonna ask
single
my
way. You
question
gave
for a
one,
third time.
and here's the other thing too.
Please wait.
Because only
Please wait.
women can have children.
Please wait.
Men can't have children, but in everything where
Please
they can
wait.
actually compete, men are superior. That's my point.
Okay, hold on. So I'm gonna ask my question that I now have asked twice before because you did not understand the first time and you asked me to repeat the second time.
She's
okay?
retarded.
Number 3, Myron. Ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, because look, everybody here is like on the same page. Like, dude,
Myron, listen for a second. Open your ears, okay?
I am listening.
Ready? You were quoted as saying, women are intellectually inferior to men and should not be trusted to make decisions for themselves. I am not talking about biological, physical capacity here. I am talking about our brains, which clearly you do not have. Please respond to the question that I asked. How do you
He did.
scientifically
He
support
gave you
that?
the society inventions.
When I talk about, so you want to be specific and focus on, because you did two things. First, I said women are inferior. So we talked about the biology, which I think I've explained that now at this point. Now you want to talk about the part where they can't make their own decisions. You want to talk about that part now? Because it was a two-part question.
Yes, I actually did ask the first time, the second time, and the third time about women's intellectual capacity.
Well, I gave you a bunch of
according
facts
to
and you kept just
Yes.
not trying to engage with it. So let's go into the second one. So when I say women shouldn't be making their own decisions or whatever else like that, what I'm saying is, well, here we have is feminism, right? Women have the ability to pick any man that they want. They have more liberal, they have all the freedom, right, and liberty to do whatever the hell they want nowadays, right? So why is it that less women are happy, more women can't find a boyfriend, relationships are in the shitter, divorce rates are high, overwhelmingly initiated by women, by the way. Marriage rates are plummeting. Women are complaining all the time about not being able to find a guy.
According to what study?
When women are polled about dating, they always give negative analysis on
you not hear
what
me?
it is.
I said according to what study? You still have not given
If
me
you
any
look at
actual...
dating statistics, women are overwhelmingly not happy with dating and not satisfied with the quality of men that are out there. They complain all the time. Cornell did a study where women found like 60% plus of men as, like around 80% of men as economically unattractive. Like the reality is simply this: most women don't want most men. Okay, however,
According to
most
what
men-
study? You still haven't quoted anything.
Okay, a majority of women are single. What does that mean?
According to what study? You still haven't given me
Okay,
any
this
numbers.
fucking guy, man. Do I need a study to say that 1 + 1 is 2? Do I need a study to say the sky is fucking blue? Do I need a study to say you're being a retard right now?
Stop strawmanning
I
me
don't.
right now. Myron, shut the fuck up. Stop strawmanning me right now and respond to the fucking question, you bitch.
Hold on. I don't know what this creature is, so I don't want to come off as misogynistic. I don't know if your name is Tom or Tommy, but the point is you're being a fucking retard right now, and someone needs to tell you this. And this, quite frankly, is exactly why trannies shouldn't have guns. You're fucking insane.
Oh my god.
And you guys don't live in reality. If I ask
I'm
you
not
right
the
now,
one who can't respond to a question, so...
yeah, well, no. It's just like you're purposely being dense for no reason.
No, not at all.
You're telling me I need a study on women being dissatisfied with dating.
No, I'm
It's been
asking where
shown
you're getting your
all
numbers
over the
from because
place.
you're just throwing like 60%
and
out here and you're
most
like, oh, the
women-
majority of
and
women
more-
are unhappy.
I just
Where are you
gave
getting that from?
I just gave you dating and mating relationship statistics just now.
No, from where? From your own experience? Is that from you being at the bar and overhearing this chick at the bar? Like, what are you talking about?
Marriage rates are down. Divorce rates are down. Bridal companies are shutting down. David's Bridal shut down, okay? Like, the entire marriage economy has been dying.
Probably because
for
the
years.
actual economy is failing. Yeah, what the fuck?
See, I give him a fact, then he goes ahead and moves the goalpost again. I'm giving
No,
you
I'm not
statistics.
moving any goalposts.
All right, man. This guy, it's like, you can't win. Even if you tell him the truth, it's
I
like,
use
whatever.
she/they pronouns and I identify as non-binary. Thank you.
What do you identify as?
Non-binary.
It should be non-brain. That's what it should be.
Okay.
Like someone
Go
like
ahead,
this is
insult me.
just
You
Looney
can insult
Tunes.
me if you want. That does not matter to me.
No.
I'm purely
Like
factual.
here's the
Okay,
thing.
I'm still talking.
Here's the
here.
problem.
This is very interesting.
Let
to
me ask you this: how many genders are there?
As many as you want.
No, and that's the beauty. See,
why does it matter to you?
It's
Are
very
you
difficult
straight?
to debate these people because they don't live in fucking reality. So if you don't live in reality, we can't even have a foundation
Gender
to
is
have
a
a real
social
argument.
construct, honey.
Gender is a social construct?
Yes.
Okay, were you born? Well, I'm gonna assume you're probably born with a dick, right?
You have no idea what's in my pants.
Yeah, dude. This
He
is
did not ask a question. He said, "I'm assuming."
These guys don't live in
you were born with
reality.
a dick."
These
He
guys-
said, "I'm assuming you were born with a dick." That was not a question.
okay. These guys don't live in reality. So, and this the problem is that since you don't live in reality, if you can't even identify how many genders there are, we can't even have a more complex conversation on more nuanced topics because we don't even have a foundation of reality here.
Because wait, so just to be
And this
clear,
is why,
wait,
quite
hold on.
frankly,
don't
to
talk
be
over
very
me.
candid,
Don't talk over
this
me.
isn't
Hold on.
your
No,
show.
no, please wait.
To be
You've
very
been talking
candid,
too much. Hold
this
the
isn't
fuck
your
up.
show.
No, hold the
This
fuck
isn't
up.
your show.
I don't give a fuck. Hold the
Okay,
fuck up.
Okay,
Myron,
anyway.
shut the
This
fuck
is
up.
precisely why trannies should not have guns. This is precisely why they're mentally insane. They don't live in objective reality. They don't understand how the world works. To them, the sky's green when it's clearly blue. So it's just ridiculous.
Yo, you can't. Did they turn off the mic?
No, mic is still on. We can hear you. Well, let's get ready to get the next person on.
Look,
I'll give you the last word. Go ahead. I'll give you the last word.
Stop talking over me.
Let him say
I'm
what he
gonna
has to
keep
say,
talking
guys.
over you.
Let him-
You're
let
gonna
him-
do it to me. I'm gonna do it to you.
I'm saying.
No, literally, shut the fuck up.
Say what you gotta
no,
say.
shut the fuck up.
This person's a retard.
I mean, this isn't even a debate because you're not responding to the questions. You still did not answer how women are intellectually inferior, which was the first 4 times I asked. So,
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Most geniuses are men.
Piece of
The
shit.
world was created by men. That's why they're intellectually superior. There you go. All the evidence is around you. Most geniuses are men. Everything is created by men. There you go. And if you look around, literally, I'm proving my point. But this is the issue, man. Like, and oh man. Yeah, every time I talk to a tranny, it just makes me say even more so, like, these guys can't have guns, bro. They're fucking crazy. Like, if they...
Cool. All right. Well, we'll react to the rest of this another time. I gotta get ready to go to work. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys like the what's it called? Myron's debate that he's doing at the University of Michigan. I'll be posting this on YouTube and Rumble. I'll catch you guys later.